earlier on. So we're going to have a look at the HG lineup here, and I expect we'll see NP, coincidentally enough. The sniper.
Of course, dual role, sniper order as well, so making the calls, and happy to play a little bit of flexibility as well. Next is Harlan. He was pretty reasonable earlier on. And he, of course, playing the attacker role. It's really good for him as well.
Yeah, WN99 going to come up third there, being the attacker. He's had a reasonable event, probably not the best of the HG guys though.
Double Q as well, backup position. The role that often gets overlooked, the backup role, and they of course have Mino as well in playing that role as well for HG. So that is the HG.LongZhu lineup. As you can see here, they are playing on the left of your screen in that group, in that booth there. You've got the crowd here as well, Chinese favourites as well, coming through with their LED signs and regular signs, whistles, and just general gusto as well. Yeah, they're here with great heart. And you can see their players just warming up there. And we'll run through the team there as well. So you get to see the faces to go with the names that we've been mentioning.
Yeah, so first up for the HG guys is, of course, going to be NP. He's the sniper, the order as well. And yeah, for me, probably the key player in this game for those guys.
Yeah, that's certainly quite reasonable as well. Coming up, Harlan as well. He's going to have to maintain the output that he's done. He's had a couple of rounds when we last saw him on this stream where he had double kills and that sort of thing as well. So
WN99 going to be coming up here in the middle, looking like he might be just catching a bit of a nap.
Yeah, I guess his mindset is very relaxed.
Yeah,
we'll call it. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah. Cameraman's floating. Oh.
Now he's away. Anyway, here's Double Q.
Yep, Double Q getting the double kills earlier on. And he's happy enough. He's awake at the very least.
He is certainly awake.
Yeah. Not too awake, but it's certainly awake there as well. And then finally running off the backup player, Mino, as we saw before as well. Focused in on the game and the task ahead of him.
Yeah, so HG, the favourites probably for this one.
Yeah.
They went up against Pacific Macta earlier today. They were Pacific Macta are a team that were expected to be relatively strong in this tournament, but HG were able to take them out 10-7 on Ankara.
Yeah, that was a good matchup. It was an interesting game. HG were a little bit slow out of the blocks in that matchup, and Pacific Macta were playing them pretty well on their offensive side. But we'll take a look now. First time for the day on this stream is INTZ, the Brazilian team. Long flight. And starting off, we have Steel 1 attacker. Steely, potentially.
Yeah, it's interesting they don't have a really, I guess, a dedicated sniper on their team. There's a couple of players that have sort of the AWM as their weapon, but neither of them are snipers. Anyway, there was Gunners. He's one of the backups for these guys, and now we're looking at Didi, who is an attacker.
To DS, the attacker, favourite weapon, the AK-47. And AFC coming through as well. He is their order, so he will be ordering his team into the right positions and picking which way they want to attack it. So.
And MXM1, the other, I guess, sort of semi-sniper player here for INTZ. Part-time sniper. Does good. Like to pick up the rifle as well sometimes.
It gives you flexibility.
Yeah,
that's important, particularly on the defensive side.
So gonna have a look at their booth and some nice Brazilian flags draped across the.
It's good to see the national pride there. Like we said, Brazilians are always very proud, passionate people, and these fellas are no exception to that rule.
They're looking reasonably calm as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Stilly. I expect our casting brethren to our right here, the Brazilian casters have flown over as well. Really pretty excited about casting this match.
Yeah, Gunners there you can see on your screen. We're wearing a nice hat.
Yeah, I feel, hey, hello, there he is, DD. Gives a nice smile there, thanks champ.
Moving on now. We're going to have AFC, who is the order, also wearing a nice hat. Is that a Crossfire hat? Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah. Showing
Nice.
some love as well.
Where can I get one of them?
I'm not sure. Perhaps you can buy them with your esports dollars. And finally, MXM1 on the end there. Another attacker for Brazil's INTZ team. So, that's the Brazilian squad. We've seen the Chinese squad.
That's that.
My prediction was 10-7.
10-6, I think you said.
10-6, sorry. Yep. HG victory. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's going to be fairly convincing here for HG. I'm going to go 10-5.
10-5.
Yeah.
Okay, so fairly convincing is one round less than me.
Yeah, because, you know, I think 10-6 is, you know, getting pretty good, and then 10-7 is really close. Anyway, having a look at the map, going to be having a watch of Port once again.
Yes, so we have seen this previously as well. Of course, this is the map that was in great dispute from the mashup between Easy PL Mod and 3UP's Carbon, but still pending that decision. And we can see here, and this area up here on the right, particularly this connector from mid to A, is very critical in being able to attack that A bomb site there. So it's been very interesting.
Yeah,
that battle in that area.
It was a very interesting game going to overtime. So, you know, I guess we can cross our fingers and see if we're going to see another overtime here on Port. For me, I think it seems like a relatively defensively biased map. We saw a 6-3 scoreline in the first half, so it was getting pretty close. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like we'll see who decides to start on that defensive side first, and if they can hit 6 rounds again, they'll probably be pretty happy. But anything like 7+ will be probably a pretty good result. Yeah,
it'll be a tough ask for the team who has to play the offensive side to begin with as well. Just cracking open these bomb sites as well. So, and we can see that that's really highlighting the rotation time between the two sites. It's really very, very quick. And if you can stave off that rotation a little bit by controlling that upper area of mid, potentially that's a very good tactic that you can take on as an attacking side.
Yeah, well, we're back. Hello.
Yes, hello. Welcome.
So it looks like we got a little bit before we get underway with this game, but I guess that gives us a little bit more time to break down what we expect to come from this game. So if we have a look at the matchups here, NP, for me, the sniper for HG is going to be an impact player. So we're going to have to look for Steel 1 or MXM1 to really take it to him in these sniper battles and really shut him down, because Port, we saw TF actually from the last game. He was playing sniper and he was just playing magnificently. He was just pulling off tons of crazy rounds. So you can obviously see that the sniper rifle is able to be utilized very well on that map. So I think it's an important matchup here between these two teams. Yeah,
I certainly agree as well. And I guess the option that you've provided is sniper taking on sniper. And I guess that's one way to look at the battle. The other way to look at the battle is trying to use the map to your advantage. And that is trying to use the areas that you can to get up nice and close, and then putting that battle into a close range where your rifle is much more effective. So that's another way that they could potentially try and minimize, the Brazilians can try and minimize the impact of NP on this match.
Yeah, and another player that I'm interested to sort of see how he plays is HG, because we saw him in the last game from HG. In the first half, he pretty much didn't do anything, really. I think he probably got like 5 kills, maybe
less,
maybe even less than that. He was pretty quiet in the first half, but then in the second half, he just seemed to wake up and he just went absolutely crazy, dropped something like 12, 15 frags, something like that. So
that's true.
Just sort of worlds apart, the two halves, and if he can continue his form from the second half into this game, well, HG is going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, it's certainly true. WQ was very interesting. I find it, I guess it's a bit weird, and the sample size is pretty small from what we're talking about here, but he's listed as a backup, but those frags that he was entering are raw attacker frags. And really getting those, they was just getting 1, 2, 3 kills at times coming into the bomb sites, and really, if he can keep playing like that, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with to try and defend against. It's really going to be tough work.
Yeah, and it's not like they were particularly easy frags either. A lot of the times he was going up against 1 or 2 players at once. So, having to really quickly switch his aim, which is a difficult thing to do, obviously. And he came out on top quite a number of times.
It is. The spray transfer is probably a fairly... I guess it looks amazing when it comes off, but it's very hard to get it correct with the recoil as well if you're mid-clip. And so it's a really, I'm not going to say undervalued skill, but it is a skill to get right. To be able to get right is really quite tricky to do. So I guess that highlights the elite level that the competition is we're seeing today.
Yeah, and I mean, not only were they difficult kills to get in the first place, but they were also really important kills because a lot of the time they were the first 2 or 3 kills in the round, or if they were down a player, he would come back and find 2 or 3 kills and bring the round back in the favor of HG. So WQ and NP for me are the 2 players on HG that are really the ones to watch for this game.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I'm really interested to see how this Brazilian side will play in terms of their general style. We've seen a couple of teams, particularly the 2 Chinese teams, who have been really engaged, and this is the typical Chinese style. It's move around the map quite a bit, often not getting a lot of territory or a lot of information about the team that you're defending against. And then going in last minute, like just rolling the dice almost potentially onto bomb sites and throwing a 5 in a contact play right at the last minute.
Well, I was talking to one of the commentators from the other stream earlier before, and he mentioned that some of the games that they were casting, and I think he specifically mentioned the 10-2 between Groovy and INTZ, that the rounds were really quick. So perhaps we'll see something from INTZ that lends itself more towards a quick rushing style gameplay, which is not something we've seen a whole lot this weekend.
Yeah, I think to qualify what the other caster was saying, I think he was mentioning that a lot of these rounds were being done in a quick period of time. So it's talking like potentially that execute. So we're coming to this now. We are INTZ from Brazil versus HG.LongZhu from the hometown of China, or home country of China at least. And we're going to run it. And of course, this is a winners bracket final as well in Group C.
Indeed it is. So a bit to play for, the seeding here going into tomorrow, which is kind of a big deal, but we are going to go into a video. Anyway. Round 1 coming out here, and it looks like HG will be attacking first. INTZ on the defending side. WQ trying to work his way around this corner, but there is a smoke there as well, so really not going to be able to spot anyone out too easily with that.
No, certainly not. And I guess INTZ will be pretty happy with picking up the CT side as well. We can see the approach here from HG is pretty typical of what they've been doing. Fairly defensive, working around the map, not getting a lot of control there. They have gained, though, that critical area in mid, the control of the A connector there. You can see WN99 is in there. And a couple of guys supporting this mid area as well. Yeah,
so a lot of this is going to hinge now on NP getting that entry frag, which was something that he was so strong for HG.LongZhu before. But interestingly enough for me, INTZ have opted not to go for a sniper rifle in this round. So 5 just regular rifles up against HG, at least in this round.
Yeah, and it looks like HG at this stage are favouring towards the B bomb side. There's not a lot of action happening just yet. They're moving up into position. The C4 is pushing out on his own here. Actually, no, he's decided to drop back. That's a good decision. You don't want to drop it early and have everyone rotate across to that one position. Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be an A hit here. They're still trying to get up into the right areas there. Gunners and AFC are going to be the people to defend this side against the initial attack. It's still if you're lurking in mid, though. Only
37-ish seconds on the clock, so HG is going to have to come out relatively shortly, and it is going to be the first frag going over to MXM1. He actually grabs a double kill, in fact, and AFC looks like he should be able to get one here, which he does. Does get traded by WQ, who gets a double kill, and now it's back to a 3 versus 2, but things looking pretty good there for INTZ as they close out the round. Steal 1 and MXM1 finding the final 2 frags.
Yeah, MXM1 being critical there, getting the 2 early entry frags in that site as the attackers ran in there. So that's a very critical play, always going to be very handy if you can pick up those 2 early frags. Early frags really puts a lot of pressure on your opponent because it's a lot harder to come back from that scenario.
Yep.
First round going to the Brazilians, so the underdogs in this matchup are off to a nice little start at least. The first step in one of many to come if they are going to be able to beat HG.LongZhu from China.
Yeah, and already we can see MXM1 has got 3 kills on the board. So being I guess a big power player, at least in that last round for INTZ. But we'll have to see, I guess, if he can continue that form heading into this round, because they're going to need to have some strong solo performances if they want to go up against HG here.
It looks like a fairly standard defensive hold here as well. You've got 2 at the top of the mid area on the defensive side at least. They've given up this A connector as well. GD's playing the A bomb side on his own, sitting up in the side itself, doing spotting at this point, just looking for a play. And he looks like he's going to run into one.
Yeah, NP might be the one to take the first assault, I guess, and he's actually carrying the C4 as well. Does get tagged up a little bit. Harlan goes very low, but he does manage to find 1 kill. 2 kills for Deddy there, but all the kills really to speak of are going over towards HG. Gunners has been spotted out here by Minu, and well, you'd have to expect he doesn't have much life left in him, because these HG guys are going to be hunting him down, and indeed Minu will take him down in the end there. And 1 apiece now, the round score.
Setting up again now, HG.LongZhu. We can see the overview here. Pretty typical hold to start with, at least. Using the smoke grenade quite early there from INTZ to, I guess, trying to keep that long corridor as clear as they can. But using a smoke this early in the round, it dissipates reasonably quickly there, and it's actually being used as cover now. DD under fire here, onto the A bomb side come HG.LongZhu.
Yeah, still 1 finds 1. Deddy grabs himself a double kill, in fact, but Minnow has grabbed 1 for the HG.LongZhu guys, and in fact getting a double kill in the end there as well. It's down to a 2 versus 3 here. Minnow very low on HP, and he's going to have to fall back here, but I think, whoa, there goes Deddy. So now it's a 1 versus 3, and you'd have to say this round probably going in the favor of INTZ.
Yes, I'd certainly agree with that. Minnow on 3 HP only. He's going to push around from B side, runs into AFC, who finishes off the round. 2-1 going in favor to the Brazilian team. And I guess we should talk about the map bias itself. We've seen it, and traditionally is still a defensive map in terms of the rounds to ride. You're looking at a 7-2 scoreline is probably
a pretty good result.
Yeah. So for you as the defensive side, if you're able to pick up 3 to 4 rounds on the attacking side, you're going to leave yourself in a really good position for the second half. So I imagine that HG.LongZhu from this scenario probably want to hope that the next 2/3 of this match go as it was. As it has, and they picked up at least 3 rounds going into this. Yeah,
Gunner's going to spot out the initial entry onto the B bomb site here from HG, but not going to be able to get too much damage across, as we see WQ finding 1. AFC is going to trade him out, though. The bomb has already been planted, so the timer working in the favor of HG already, and INTZ going to have to retake this bomb site. Getting a bit of damage across to INTZ is HG, but no kills just yet on this retake. And it seems like INTZ are just playing the slow game at the moment. Gunners is going to find 1 there onto Harlan, even making the numbers a little bit more in the favor of INTZ, but still, slowly and surely, HG's bomb timer is ticking down. The timer is working very well. Minnow finding a double kill, but he gets taken out, and that's all the players down there for the guys from INTZ. And the bomb will be defused.
2 seconds remaining, so perfectly timed there from INTZ picking up another round. Well played by there as well. They lost control of the bomb site, but the key there was waiting for their teammates on the rotate and retaking together. That's how they're able to execute that one there pretty well. And we can see a little bit of a different style from HG.LongZhu as well coming out there. They were a lot quicker, that play. And basically it's cutting away the 1.5 minutes of pottering around without doing much and then executing. They're executing a lot quicker. So perhaps they feel like they can catch the Brazilian team off guard a little bit by changing when they do these executes. Rather than it becoming predictable and coming in at about the 30-second mark, which gives you enough time to get into a bomb site and plant the bomb, even if you lose it early in that attempt at that site.
Yeah, so NP and WQ once again making their way towards this A bomb site, and they've had a bit of success doing this. despite that 1-3 scoreline. So I'm not too averse to this idea, but as I say that, they are starting to rotate off and perhaps heading towards the B-bomb side.
At this stage, they're not overcommitting to anywhere just yet. Of course, we're still in a 5v5 scenario, so they're just waiting, seeing what they can pick up there as well. But you can see a different approach here from the defensive side at B, and it's all going to be on AFC to pick up a few entry frags, a few early frags here. He's in a really interesting position there, one that we haven't seen being utilised just yet.
He's holding pretty forward, and he's going to spot out WN99, but he goes down to Haaland there, so a good start for HG, and that's going to allow them to get straight onto this B bomb site. No one really in a position to take any shots at them from the INTZ lineup, so things going to be a bit difficult on this retake. They're already down 4 versus 5. Haaland's going to find one, but Gunners and Deddy finding one apiece for the INTZ lineup, making the scoreline, or at least the players, relatively even. WN99 going to find himself a double kill and grabs the triple as well to close out the round.
Great play there from WN99 finishing it off there. Really, really strong triple kill and a really good sight hold as well. Using the teamwork there, you could see the perspective we were in. I think it was Haaland. He was the bait for the WN99 play there, and they played it perfectly.
Oh, great positioning there for Steel 1. Gets an easy frag onto MP to start off INTZ, and they're looking good in this round. But as I say that, it's going to be W99 to trade out onto Steel 1. So now you'd have to say the favour probably lying with HG, as they're going to sort of split the defense up a little bit with that frag.
Yeah, 4v4, obviously in this scenario, you can only have really, on a map like this, you still want to put 2 in mid because the rotate times are quick. It puts a lot of pressure on your single site holders there, in which case Gunners at B bomb site, and I think DD's still playing that A bomb site. It's been pretty effective there thus far, but he's going to have a lot more pressure on him in this sort of scenario.
Yep, WN99 trying to jump up onto the box. Not quite having too much success at the moment. Does manage to get up there eventually. And now Minu, as I say, that is going to grab one frag onto AFC. A bit of a failed smoke grenade. I think that was meant to go through the little hole there. But we all miss things sometimes, so...
And we can see the A side is being attempted to take, but it's DD still holding it down, getting the double kill there. And that's pretty much going to lock out the bomb side here. Minnow there has been playing pretty well. He's leading heavily on the scoreboard in terms of frags. He's on 9. He's got a 2 versus 1, 55 seconds, and he does not have the C4.
Oh, spotted out there by Deddy.
Or ahead anymore. He just got taken out.
Bye-bye.
Big time.
Big high fives coming out in the INTZ booth.
Yeah, they really want to limit this. They don't want HG to get any more frags from this stage. That 7-2 scoreline that we spoke about earlier is really what they're going to be gunning for from this one. They lose one more round, it's going to be a much harder task on the attacking side in the second half for them.
Yeah, it certainly is, but let's see. Have a look at what the option here for HG.LongZhu is, as we see Haaland attempting to do the little jump up onto the box as well. And
I think he's trying to do it without any sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It seems pretty difficult because if these guys can't do it, then... Yeah. You know, being the best players in the world.
It's true. But movement's not always everybody's strong point. Anyway, we can see a lot of mid presence again here from the guys at HG, but they've decided to opt back for this A side. They've had good, the B side. They've had good success here thus far. Looks like they're going to go for another all-in execute onto this site. And it's going to be up to Gunners again, who has been sitting... and had reasonable success thus far at this site.
Yeah, he's been using that position relatively often, though, so it might be something that HG immediately decides to check. You know, when you're looking at a different angle, you have to check a few, and you can't check them all. But in the end, Haaland is going to find the first frag onto MXM1, and that's just going to make things just a little bit more difficult here for INTZ to hold. But who knows? Things still could go in their favour.
Yep. They're still trying to decide whether they definitely want to go to this B side or not. They're hoping for a fake there. They're going back towards the B side here. The C4 is a little bit late, but WQ getting the kill on the AFC. That's going to open it up. They're going to come in here. Gunner's still stuck on the side there, but he's picked up one. Staying alive is important here.
Yeah, he does. You're right. If he can stay alive here, it's going to make things a little bit more easy there for INTZ, especially considering Deddy hits a shot like that onto NP. That was pretty crazy. But now INTZ, they have to move. There's 29 seconds, and Deddy has to really check this corner. He is going to do so. WQ has grabbed one in the meanwhile, but Minu now in a duel here up against Deddy, and it will be Deddy to pick that one up now. WQ in a 2 versus 1. He's going to be taken down, and once again, these players not really playing the time as well as they could be, perhaps.
Yeah, certainly if that was a 1v1 scenario, WQ potentially should have taken that battle there, not in a 2v1. He needs to be able to play that bomb timer, like you said, and let it drain down there, put a bit of pressure back on INTZ on the retake there. But they pick up their 5th round, leading 5-2 against HG.LongZhu, and of course, INTZ being the underdogs here, they're going to be happy with their start. And yeah, great. Right now, NP is changing things up for HG. They want to get another round at least on the board here. Potentially 2 if they could would be really handy. And NP, the order for HG, making the decision, has decided, in fact, to pick up the sniper again.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's actually taken him this long to pick it up because he was making quite a good use of it in his previous game. So,
yeah.
You know.
And that was a lot of a pre-match prediction was sort of based on the fact that he has been using that sniper.
He's gotten rid of it again. Now he's using a rifle, so he's just trying to find those early picks with it, and unfortunately not finding any, and deciding to swap back to the rifle, which is still interesting for me. I think it's something that he can utilize later in the round as well, but obviously they have a different idea of the game than I do, and
they've played it a little more than you.
They have.
Yeah,
that's true.
Certainly true. AFC and Gunners again on this B site. Minno's trying to sneak out across to the box, gets spotted, takes a bit of damage there, but is still alive, and that's important. He's in an interesting spot now. They could really leverage his position here. He's going to hold these 2 players at this site. Gets away, and it's going to be an A hit here.
WN99 not checking the corner. Deddy will find one. He's traded by NP though, so not too bad for these attacking side. But it's still, their HP is a little lacking at the moment, so they need to be careful as they enter on towards the side. Steal 1 is going to grab NP and Harlan. MXM1 in the meanwhile, taking out WQ. And it's Minnow, the sole survivor for HG. And, well, we might be looking towards that 7-2 scoreline.
He's going to have to pull off quite a epic victory here, Minnow, if he is to get this round on board for HG.LongZhu. And he's coming up on the A side. That C4's down. It's 25 seconds left to play. He's got all sorts of angles to check. Gunners pops up, but MXM1 comes out and assists his teammate and picks up the frag there for them. Taking it 6-2 now in favour of INTZ. And NP again, I think he's just looking for a pick at the start of the round potentially.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he's going for, but...
And that's it, and then he ditches it. I'd like to see him actually try and pick this A site because Deddy has been holding it quite well at A site, but he also jump peaks.
Yeah.
Which means that there is a window of opportunity there for NP to get in it and take a frag with the sniper. So I potentially like to see that. Yeah, straight away. So
interesting.
Yeah, I like. He could really open up this round a lot more in this match for them potentially if he was using it. But it looks like they're going to default back at this point at least, heading towards the B bomb site. They've had good success getting into the site on a few occasions, but haven't always been able to hold it out there.
Yeah. So Gunners once again holding in his favourite position there. AFC in for the backup. It's going to spot out Minnow there, but neither player going down. AFC did get a little bit, or did take the majority of the damage there, and in fact didn't even manage to trade any back to the HG.LongZhu player. So a little bit of an interesting result there, but HG looking okay in this round, but again, they're still sort of doing the same thing, and it hasn't been working out too well for them. So, you know, they need to change something up, but it's too late now. I guess this is the last round of this half. Yep,
it certainly is, but they've done this strategy as well, trying to put a little bit of pressure on the A side, and it looks like they're going to stick back towards B. It looks like it's going to be a B hit. NP's coming around to the B bomb site with only 40 seconds left on the clock. it definitely should be a B at this point. I don't think they could quite rotate around if they even attempt to get in a B first.
MXM1 surely going to be the one to sort of trade the first fire here, but he hasn't got that much HP, so this could be an easy frag for Harlan, but he doesn't check the corner, and MXM1 takes him down. The spray through the wall, not going to land there for WQ, so an early, or not an early, but a late, I guess, start in this round for INTZ is going to put them ahead. A good fake, though, has caught INTZ off guard, and WQ is going to grab one there on the rotate. So Deddy going down and back to a 4 versus 4. WQ grabbing the second as well onto AFC. This is looking like another round perhaps on the board here for HG. We'll have to see what INTZ can do. Minnow and NP, though, will defend it. And that is 3 rounds in the first half there for HG.
Yeah, and a pretty reasonable result there after not getting one on the board for first. Actually, they won the second round, didn't they? But then it sort of slowed down a little bit for them. So they'd be. It doesn't look happy, you could say, with that half result. The Brazilians, INTZ, they look okay. I guess it's a case of it. This is a bit neutral, really, for both teams. Not too happy, not too.
Yeah.
Just unhappy about this.
I guess it's kind of just where we expected things to be, really.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be up to HG.LongZhu on that defensive side.
One of the things that we did see from them in their defensive side last time they played this map is that they were fairly stagnant a lot of the time, but then they used that A connected on the CT side and got into that area, which was a really interesting play, and it actually worked out very well for that team.
AFC did get a bit of a peek in towards that B bomb site. Didn't spot anyone out, though, so has fallen back just a little bit. And now mid control is relatively okay, actually, here for INTZ. And I think they're probably setting up here for an A take just from looking at their positions.
Plenty of time left, of course, 1 minute 30 on the clock. So, and with the rotation being across this map being pretty quick, anything could happen. And in fact, it looks like the bomb is lurking back towards B. AFC is in an interesting position as well. He's ready to come out.
So just a bit of spam going through the wall there for HG, but that is going to signal the entry here for INTZ. It's AFC to find the first frag. Minnow grabs one, but AFC's got a double kill and steal one. Has fragged one for INTZ, and the bomb goes down. It's a 4 versus 2 retake. NP has got an AWP. Nope, he decides to swap it off for a rifle once again. So let's see, WQ pushing through the smoke here. Not necessarily a recommended choice, but worked out for him in that sense. He is going to be taken down easily there by Steel 1, and NP doesn't even manage to land a shot there as AFC takes him down. INTZ looking very excited there, and also the Brazilian caster sounding very excited next to us.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of bias reading in there as well. That's AFC getting pumped there. And 7-3 now. Crucial in that first round to get a little bit of momentum rolling into the second half here. But they've got a lot of work ahead of them still. Even though they're up, they're on this much harder side, the attacking side on this map port. And again, it looks like they want to sort of get into these more forward positions earlier on and then just sort of use them to surprise HG.LongZhu later in the round. So, but this is a nice little double stack. But they've been smoked off.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of still back the Chinese team to be able to come back into this one. I think we've seen the Chinese teams pull off some pretty crazy stuff, so...
you think this will be one of those occasions?
Could be. Anyway, AFC is going to start us off into this round, and that's going to make things a little bit more difficult here for HG, as we do start to see INTZ start to make some movements towards the B-bomb site, but really not committing to anything at this stage.
AFC's frags caused the rotation. WN99's come in, and he's got taken down there, but finally Harlan trades it back. AFC's taken down, but the damage has been done there. Harlan, though, coming up pretty big there with a headshot on DD. He's still playing with gunners as well. There's another rotation to come through. WQ picking up gunners there as well, and now we're back into scenario where it's 3 versus 2 in favor of the defending team. 57 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, well, they've made the right decision, though. They're heading towards the A bomb site, which has only got NP defending it there. So we'll see if MXM1 can grab a pick with this sniper rifle because of this long sight line. But NP seems like he's sort of rotating off the site just a little bit. watching a different angle, and well, at the end of the day, I guess it's the wrong angle because that's not where the guys from INTZ are coming. There's only 30 seconds left here, though, and we do see HG starting to rotate a player across towards the mid area of the map as well. This is going to make it very difficult now for INTZ to get in. WQ spotting all the way up here, but actually falling back down the ramp just at the wrong time, and it is going to allow INTZ to get up onto the bomb site without taking too much damage there. Now MXM1 is popping up there with his sniper rifle, gets completely flashed out though, and it's making things a little bit difficult to see for him, but he's all right. Hasn't gone down just yet. The first frag of this has to go to INTZ if they want to pick up this round, and it is going to be Harlan going down. Nice shot there from MXM1. And now a 2 versus 2. WQ will take down Steel 1. 18 seconds left on the bomb. MXM1 playing this pretty well. Needs to play the timer, but he's going to be taken down. No, he's not. He finds one in the end, though. NP will take him down. Wow, that was a nice shot with the pistol, though.
Yeah, the Deagle headshot mid-air, really good, but not quite enough to finish off the round there. Going in favour of HG.LongZhu, and the Chinese crowd getting a little interested in this again as well.
Yeah.
And liking to see the 7-4 scoreline and the numbers slowly ticking up for the defensive side on this half.
Yeah.
And look, interestingly enough, opting for the retake there on that site late in the round, I would have thought that NP potentially should have spotted it a little bit. But a really interesting round in terms of how it played out. AFC doing a lot of work earlier, but not really getting the reward for it in the end.
Double sniper set up here for INTZ. Changing things up just a little bit. So I would probably expect to see them push more towards the A bomb site side. I think it seems more like a sniper favoured side, but it is going to be Harlan though to find the first frag there onto AFC. Both snipers still in play here for INTZ, but Harlan, nice shot there onto MXM1. He's found a double kill for this round already, and looking for a third, just peeking up there on the top of the bridge, but not going to spot anyone out. Now INTZ in a very difficult position. 3 versus 5, having to take a bomb site is never going to be easy.
Yeah, that's certainly true there, and DD's on half health as well. Full HP, all players for the defensive side. Harlan's picking up another one and a fourth. He's going for it. He needs the ace.
The ace, yeah. He's searching. He's gone ham. He's running around the place, and he doesn't care what noise he's making. Gunners has been spotted out. Are they going to let him get it? No. NP will find the final frag, but really that round off the back of Harlan's 4K was just magic.
Yeah, it was. Really great play in mid there, playing the angles nicely as well. You can see how well prepared and well experienced these players are. They know exactly the angles to pick up those wonderful headshots. And that's pulled it back 7-5 now in favour. INTZ, though, picking up an early crucial frag with that sniper rifle from MXM1. And he's stuck in the mid area still. He's been smoked off, so he's not too keen to push that one. And quite a bit of presence here. DD is here in the mid area as well. AFC looks like they're opting to go back towards the B side. Gunners is there as well. So we've got 3 heading towards there with the C4 at the moment. They're not really committing just yet, though. Fairly tentative at this point. They're still pretty defensive across the map when it comes to sorts of territory as well. So they're not utilising that A connector from mid either.
Yeah, now interesting to see what INTZ will do with this player advantage. Whether or not they decide to go to the A or the B bomb site is really the main question, I think, on everyone's lips. And at the moment, it seems like they're heading towards that B bomb site. And
it's a good read from HD as well, because they have Minnow in the B bomb site, but they also have another player to close by for the quick rotation. So he's going to be able to provide support pretty quickly here as soon as this contact play has been made. Yeah, Minnow, he's going to need to find at least 1 or 2 frags here. He grabs one. NP's got one already. Minnow goes down there to Gunners. It's a 3 versus 3. The bomb going to be planted here quite easily for INTZ, you would think. They are getting it down now, yeah. So now a retake here for HG. A good smoke grenade coming out there for INTZ, though, slowing things down. And I actually like this retake here for HG because they're coming from different angles. That's going to make it difficult to defend. WQ goes and grabs one. He grabs 2. Now looking for the third, but I don't think he'll be able to get it. It's probably going to be NP to grab this one. No, he will find the third frag there. Really good job there from WQ on that retake. Yeah, really nice flank there, coming in right behind and catching. And I guess the hidden message in there as well was the fact that WQ didn't peek out until his players made contact from another side. Yep. So you saw that first kill that he got there. He was focused on the opposite direction. Easy kill for him, executed perfectly as well. Picking up the second and then closing off the round and the defuse for him there. 7-6 now. The Chinese team HG.LongZhu really coming back quite strong on this map, as we always expected, really.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of did think that HG would be able to come back here on this defensive side. Obviously, the bias of the map favors the defenders, so I guess not a huge surprise to see this sort of a scoreline developing. But really, for me, I think the real surprising factor in this game is that we haven't seen NP sniping at all.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and INTZ opting for the double sniper role again here, so it gives them a little bit less flexibility. It makes them a little less mobile, and potentially HG is just thinking, well, we haven't needed to pull out the sniper on the defensive side at all, so we're not going to until we need to do something to make it work a little better.
So once again, playing down the timer a little bit. This is, I guess, been the standard play of the tournament, really.
It's the current meta for Crossfire, the old delay, execute on contact.
Anyway, it seems like it's going to be a B take once again here, and 2 players from HG defending here. Interestingly enough, differing positions from where they normally tend to stand. So see if that catches them off guard. It's going to be Deddy to find the first frag there onto WN99. Minu does trade back, but MXM1 finding one. And this is just crazy at the moment. Lots of frags going all across the board. It is going to be looking like HG getting a little bit of an advantage here. It's a 1 kill apiece there. Gunners and Minnow now down to a 1 versus 1. Harlan, he's in a good spot. I don't know if Deddy really knows where he is, and I think he's probably just waiting for this plant to go down before he decides to peek.
He does know where he is because Harlan threw a flash or a grenade in earlier, so he knows roughly where he is at least. He should just leg it to the A-bomb side right here, DD, and I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. No, he's going to try and plant here. Had enough time to rotate, opted not to.
Yeah, Harlan almost trying to call the bluff almost, but Deddy is going to get the bomb down, and he's playing a relatively interesting position, looking in the wrong direction though, so needs to peek back towards where Harlan is. And Harlan, he's going to spray through the box. I think that was perhaps a little bit uglier, I guess, than it should have been. But Harlan, he gets the job done in the end.
It doesn't matter if it's not pretty. It's the round that counts.
That is right.
The scoreboard has been equalised. 7 apiece now. And HG will be looking to continue this momentum they've built up. They're forming quite a formidable defence here on the defending side. As we have been talking about that bias there, it is ringing true yet again in this match. I guess INTZ need to try something a little different. They haven't really opted for an A execute yet, have they? So
no.
That should be something they should be considering right now, and trying to get a little bit more control and a little more presence up in closer to that defensive side of mid area as well. That should be important. Yeah,
I guess they metaphorically are just bashing their head into the same wall and hoping they get through. And at the moment, it's not really working.
That's the definition of insanity. Anyway, into the A execute here as well. They're coming straight back in there. Minnow picking up the first one. MX1 trading for him. It's WN99 on the lurk here in the bomb side. He's got to stay alive. It's going to be very important. Picks up the first kill in AFC. Harlan picking up another one. It's a 4 versus 2 now. Steel and MX1 alive. Steel one picks up a kill. Harlan trades through there as well. WN99 picking up the end of the round there. Really good defense there as well. The bomb not being able to get down there. No pressure on them as well. And yeah.
Well, HG, you could see just getting absolutely amped up there.
Yeah.
And they know how close they are now.
They've taken the lead now there. It's 8-7 as well. So, and look, a whole bunch of nades coming through in the mid earlier as well. You've got 3 players tagged down quite a bit. Gunners, Steel one, and AFC all tagged down a little bit low. And look, now what's happening? That A execute hasn't worked out for them. The B execute hasn't worked out for them. Now going for the A bomb side, trying something different there.
Yeah. NP has spotted them out, so he's going to be able to call this and get the rotation across from his team. But INTZ now, knowing that, I guess are going to fall back here and now rotate across to see what they can do. But really hasn't baited too much of a rotate from HG. But AFC starting us off there onto Harlan is going to make things just a little bit easier here for INTZ. But I think it's still going to be relatively difficult to take these sites.
I would certainly agree with that statement. Looks like they're heading back towards this B side again. I would like to see them fake at B and then hit A right now. I think you could get a rotate out of the defensive team HG here on a B fake, going back to A and secure a reasonably easy plant. But it's not to be. It's going to be, well, it is to be. It's going to be a B execute again here.
Yeah. We'll see how this one works out. AFC getting his grenades ready, and they are going to charge out now. Minnow in an interesting position. He's going to spot out Gunners, takes him down, grabbing a 2-gate. WN99 finding one. He grabs a double kill for himself as well. This is a two-man show at the moment here from HG. And AFC, he's probably got no hope in this round. Going down to Minnow. Just a fantastic job from those two players on that B-bomb side.
Yeah, really great frags there on the defense, just getting a couple of headshots in there nicely. And the Chinese crowd absolutely loving it as well. They've put them in the position to take home one of the, well, not to take home, but to be one of the #1 seeds for tomorrow's tournament stage. And they're going to be very happy with that. 9-7, we're going to have to see something different here. There's no sniper on either team. But for INTZ, WN99 has taken quite a bit of damage at this point early on. He's been tagged quite low already, about 20-30 HP on his side.
Yeah, Harlan finding himself in a relatively interesting position here. He's just surrounded by players from INTZ. So as soon as this smoke clears, we'll, I guess, get a better read of what he's going to be able to do. He's going to spot out one. Does get taken down there by Gunners. So a little bit anticlimactic in the end. But HG, of course, one round away from picking up this map, which is going to be a fantastic result for them. But at this point in time, it looks like INTZ are in a reasonable position to be able to close this round out, though. Having said that, WQ is going to grab one. He gets traded out, though. Minnow is going to find another for himself. NP grabbing one. WN99 is grabbing one for himself. This could be it now for HG. Gunners, the final player left alive here for INTZ. He's on his own, and he goes down to WN99 there. And the Chinese crowd stand up and wave their signs in, I guess, salute to that result from HG.
Yeah. You always knew that they were going to come back on that defensive side. We didn't know how much the Brazilians had in their tank. It wasn't enough on this occasion. HG.LongZhu, a home team with quite a bit of support from the crowd as well, able to take that one out there and looking fairly relaxed there, giving us a thumbs up and everything. So overall, a good match, and what was it, 10-7 in the end?
Yeah,
so,
I believe it was.
About what we were expecting, really. A little closer, which was nice to see.
So HG just walking over to the INTZ booth for the handshakes. Bit of a hug there as well. Nice to see. It's not all over just yet for INTZ though. They've still got an opportunity to come back into the tournament. So I guess they'll be feeling a little bit disappointed, but they know they're not down and out.
You are correct indeed.
Probably see HG saluting the crowd once again. Started to see a few people disappearing from the crowd, getting a bit late now tonight, but these players are still getting a lot of support from the remaining crowd here.
Yeah, certainly. It's been quite a long day thus far, but certainly an action-packed one. Been very entertaining, that is for sure.